team will be there in the next 1 hour.
Just come clean with her. Hakuna venye minda luzi keja na pia ni lose bibi yangu. No.
Just tell her. Our wife is a helper, Mama Sahar.
The flight leaves in an hour's time.
So how long will you be gone for?
We can accompany them.
When and I?
Mimi na wewe.
Huyu don ananga huruma ama ni aje?
I don't need mafia ba.
Why is this bag full of clothes and documents stashed away at the backyard?
Hii mambo ya life insurance unaionaje?
I can share some pamphlets. Umdhara nukado.
Hapo tutakaokota.
Huyu nilimkuta tu huku.
Sioni tukifanya biashara na wewe.
Hapana mzai.
Mimi ndio nakusainia hiyo business insurance na sio business partner wako.
Hizi maneno zako ndio zinafanya tusielewane wewe.
Do you know how much I've lost?
Bitch anakupenda mpaka anakuprotect from the truth.
Beautiful afternoon to you from wherever you're watching this live broadcast from. This is KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen. Arange Lensa Odingo is our sign language interpreter. We begin the broadcast with the latest reactions as far as the finance bill is concerned, where the government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura has defended the contentious Finance Bill 2024, saying the government is fully committed to accountability. In a briefing last night, Mwaura faulted disinformation and misinformation on the contents of the bill, saying the contentious taxes have been proposed for removal. And now also, Kenyans continue to voice their opposition and support for the Finance Bill 2024. The contentious bill, which will be dissected on Tuesday, will see legislators vote on clause by clause of the bill. Supporters argue passing of the Finance Bill will give the state time to revive the economy fully, while those opposing maintain the high taxation on Kenyans will worsen businesses and increase unemployment in the country.
From the voice of all Kenyans, the demand of too much levies is all over. And we feel that a government with all the humility could listen and know that these people are praised.
Tunaomba serikali to consider ifikirie kilio cha wananchi, kwa sababu tumekuwa na kilio kikubwa.
We have a lot of young people who are not gainfully employed. So the moment you introduce taxes on their informal businesses, M-Pesa and such, you really hit them very hard.
We have a better bill than we had last year. Ile tax iko sahi, pengine watu wengi sana hawataisikia vile walisikia last year.
What we are doing as parliament, for us to create jobs for our youth, we are making sure that the things that we can make here in Kenya, we increase tax, so that then we give investment opportunities watu wakuje wa invest hapa Kenya.
But I want to also tell you that every freedom has a limitation. Do not over-exercise your freedom, because then you're going to find yourself in the wrong side of the law.
Kama kuna pesa zozote zitakuwa katika ile bajeti, lazima ziwe pesa ambazo zinahakikisha kwamba kuna mazingira mema.
And away from that, finance bill reactions now. Former Kenya ambassador to Botswana, Mohamed Sindia, says the Northern Kenya region will produce a presidential candidate in the 2032 general elections. Sindia, who was also a former Lagdera MP, said the region will work with other communities to form a formidable team that will front a presidential candidate in the 2032 elections. He was speaking in Nairobi during a book authored by Musab Ismail, a senior presenter in 15 FM, a Somali radio station affiliated with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
We will promote this photo. Yes.
Musab Ismail, a senior presenter in KBC's 15 FM, launched his book entitled My Lagdera Beyond the Headline in Nairobi County. The book, which consists of 10 chapters, delves into past election, outlining prerequisites of Kenya's Somalis in politics and the transformative impact of negotiation, democracy and religious politics in Lagdera constituency, Garissa County.
In fact, it is a book about my constituency, which is among the constituencies that have huge history in the county of Garissa as well as in Northeastern, and like I said, even in Garissa. So I wanted to unearth Lagdera to show people that we have that constituency. Good. Congratulations, Musab.
Former Kenya ambassador to Botswana, Mohamed Shidie, who graced the event, said he is confident that Northern Kenya region will have a presidential candidate in the 2032 general election.
This is the trend, and people must accept the reality. We have the numbers. And the year 2032, we will have a presidential candidate. That is our story. And people must accept it. We're here to stay. Before you talk about Kenya, you talk about land. We have the biggest land. We are the biggest landlord in Kenya.
Shidie, who is former member of parliament for Lagdera, said the region will work with other communities to form a formidable team that will front a presidential candidate in the 2032 elections.
Where I come from in Lagdera is bigger than 3 times the size of Central Province. But we're lagging behind. There are no tarmac roads. There's no development. Development must reach there. This idea of 1 shilling, 1 vote, 1 man, that one cannot work.
Other leaders who are present challenged youths from Northern Kenya region to emulate Ismail in coming up with innovations targeting the region. The book, My Lagdera, was first released in Lagdera constituency.
So we believe this will be a gateway to the constituency after we launch this book for sure.
So I want to encourage the youth, the Gen Zs, me, I'm the millennials. I can push myself towards the Gen Z too. So I want you guys to stay focused, to become useful to the society. But the Russia was born by Bandale somehow. I don't know, they have some connection. So my brother Masad, you have done a wonderful job. And this is the right thing to do.
Now let us run you through our earlier story on the government spokesperson's sentiments on the finance bill, where the government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura has defended the contentious finance bill 2024, saying the government is fully committed to accountability. In a briefing last night, Mwaura faulted disinformation and misinformation on the contents of the bill, saying the contentious taxes had been proposed for removal.
Following continued protest over the 2024 finance bill, government spokesman Isaac Mwaura issued a statement live on his social media platform, cautioning the youth against total rejection of the bill.
He is very much willing to engage with you. Anataka kuongea na nyinyi. Let us create opportunities. Tukuje tuwaeleze, museme yenu. I agree, there are some things that maybe mnaona haziendi salama, lakini ni vizuri unakosolewa na unakubali. There are some very good and genuine grievances mlikuwa mnaongea hapo, ambayo pia hata mimi mwenyewe nikiangalia naona yenyewe hapa kuna point.
In his address, Mwaura called on those opposed to the bill to engage the government to understand the bill and be cautious, as there was misinformation and disinformation on the contents.
Kuna uongo tu mob zinasemekana kwa that debate. To be very sincere, kuna tu uongo tu nyingi tu. I listen to a lot of lies, na disinformation and misinformation. Kwa nini nasema hivyo? Because some of the tax revenue raising measures ambazo zimeleta joto kwa nchi tulisikiza kama gava and we actually changed them.
Mwaura also warned foreign powers could be influencing the push to reject the bill.
Lakini kuna ka group kako mahali ambao nikiangalia kwa umbali could be even there is a foreign hand into this whole issue. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu president wetu ameongea very clearly mambo mengi sana internationally.
Additionally, he said while there could be genuine concerns, it was not lost that political underdealings could be at play. His briefing followed a long-day Twitter space in which over 60,000 people logged in to discuss the Finance Bill 2024.
Shifting focus to some education matters now, where most schools, especially from urban areas, have been urged to find options of tackling CBC projects that demand extra resources to implement. This comes amidst the release of Grade 3 National Pottery Project's results, which saw learners register low grades. This has been attributed to the lack of necessary materials to do practical projects. Select schools such as Gravity CBC Center have, however, equipped themselves to ensure that learners are furnished with materials they need for their practical projects.
We not only provide the expertise, but we provide the raw materials, that is clay, which is a very rare items in the urban places. When the children comes to our center, we provide for them. They do the activities whereby they leave the items to be dried. We later on do the firing.
It's quite easy for us to have the project in this place, because you can imagine having the project in a class setup. It would obviously be super messy. And now that we are here, we have enough space, we have enough resources, and we have material resources and personnel to be able to help accomplish the project plan.
Moving on, members of the Embakasi Ranching Company have expressed renewed hope following the installation of new leadership in the land buying company. The shareholders said the company, led by the new chairperson, Mwangi Wanderi, has promised to address their 50-year plight. The members spoke during the issuance of ballots in preparation for the issuance of title deeds for their respective land parcels. They, at the same time, expressed frustrations with the former directors who they alleged to have sold most of their land to non-members.
Yenyewe tunaona ni mwangaza tumeletewa, because kwanza kuingia yenyewe hata clinic unakaribishwa vizuri na wale wako kwa kazi, alafu ukija siku ingine unataka kuingia kwa ofisi unakaribishwa vizuri, unasalimiwa vizuri, na hata vile unatendewa, hata wewe unaenda nyumbani ukifurahia ile kazi umefanyiwa.
This one led by Mwangi Wanderi is the legal one. They are giving us sufficient service, and that's why the members keep on increasing new ones. Like today, we had so many new shareholders who have discovered that Wanderi is organizing and giving us our rights, which we have been waiting for years.
Exactly 10 minutes past the top of the hour, we are due for our first break. We circle back with plenty more, including the latest in the sporting arena. This is KBC Lunchtime News. Stay with us.
Kikohozi cha muda wowote, kutokwa na jasho kwa wingi usiku, uchungu kwenye kifua, afya kudhoofika, tafuta matibabu. Labda ni TB ni ugonjwa wa kweli. Ukipimwa matibabu yapo utapona. Daktari kushauri tumia dawa kwa nidhamu. Elimu tupashane tupige vita TB. Mwa TB, TB waishi poa.
Unajua,
token meter yako inahitaji system update. Ni rahisi na ni free. Ukipata ujumbe kutoka Kenya Power, yani SMS, weka kodi ya kwanza kureset, alafu weke kodi ya pili kuupdate ili token meter yako iendelee kufanya kazi kama kawaida. Update token meter yako. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Kenya Power and Lighting Company.
Welcome back. And a section of Kiama Kikuyu leaders have called for unity among members amidst internal divisions in the association concerning the historic Lari massacre. Speaking in Kirigiti Stadium, Kiambu County, the leaders led by Captain retired Kongo Muigai urged leaders to set aside their differences and focus on the community's well-being.
Kirigiti Stadium in Kiambu County played host for the Kiama leaders to bridge the growing gaps in the association. It is here that a section of leaders led by Kiama Association Chairman Kongo Muigai voiced their concerns about the unity of Mount Kenya region.
Kuna mtu anataka kutukawanya because anajua strength ya Mount Kenya ni veto. We are swing votes. Kwa hivyo wanaogopa. Na kwa kuogopa huko, kuogopa kwao ndio inatufanya tuambiwe ukiongea Mount Kenya iungane ni tribal.
The historic Lari massacre issue took center stage in the event, with Kongo calling of leaders whom he said have been using the massacre to cause division among people in the region.
Korari wanasema tu wanataka kuunganisha Maumau na Gati. Hiyo watu hata hawakuwako, ni story wanasikia. Na mimi nasikia walienda kutafuta pesa kwa wakubwa, kwa wanasiasa. Kwa hivyo ni tubu inawapeleka. Mambo hiyo ilisuluhishwa na mzee Kenyatta, mwanzilishi wa taifa hili.
The recent discussion about uniting the mountain, which has been spearheaded by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, attracting mixed feelings from various political leaders, was not left out.
Viongozi wote ambao wanataka kuleta jamii ya Wakikuyu pamoja, na Wakikuyu, Waembu na Wameru, na hata wale wengine waendelee na kuunganisha jamii zao. Mount Kenya ikiungana si ukabila. Tunasema sisi already ni kabila moja.
On his part, former Mungeki leader Maina Jenga, who also graced the event, expressed understanding and support for the youth's grievances concerning the controversial Finance Bill 2024.
Na wale vijana wanaandamana huko Nairobi ni watoto wetu. Kwa hivyo tuko pamoja na hawa watoto wote ambao wako ndani ya nchi, wakisema kwamba wanataka mabadiliko, ni watoto wetu, na tutawaonyesha direction.
John Kahiro for Lunchtime News.
Elsewhere, politics dominated the Sunday sermon as the clergy delved into the contentious Finance Bill 2024. The Sunday sermon across different churches was characterized by calls for the government to listen to the voices of the youth to find a compromise. At the Holy Family Basilica Church in Nairobi, the youth are provided with a platform at the pulpit to share their concerns on the bill, while at the All Saints Cathedral Church reiterated the need for the government to engage the youth on the bill. Similar calls were repeated across different churches.
Have you taken your time to read the Finance Bill 2024? As most of you are aware, if not all, this bill seeks not only to overtax Kenyans, but also to promote oppression, which generally leads to a very poor quality of life for most people who are not as endowed as the people who are in power. We also urge you as Christians to take time to go through it in depth, as this is something that affects our nation as a whole. For a very long time, the church has been a pillar of justice and a voice of reason. This too is a matter that the church should stand firm in. It cannot afford to be impartial.
We as the youth welcome you to an interdenominational prayer walk today from 3 p.m. GPO to Archive. The support from the church as a whole is an important thing when it comes to ensuring the agenda of rejecting the Finance Bill 2024 is successful. We'd like to thank our shepherd, Archbishop Philip Anyolo, and our Bishop Peter Kamomoe for always openly taking his time to show us the importance of making informed decisions when voting in our leaders and asking us to stand up for justice.
Reject the finance bill. Reject the finance bill. Reject the finance bill. Reject the finance bill. Reject the finance bill.
Their liberation is also our liberation. If anyone sinks, if anyone drowns, we also drown with them. Otherwise, I wish you all the best in this endeavor, and I'm sure we all get out of here alive, kicking and strong. Once again, hats off to all liberators in this country, you and I in that team.
It's a live events taking place at the different churches there, including the Holy Family Basilica. Moving on, leadership wrangles have hit the Devolution Empowerment Party, DEP, associated with the former Meru Governor Kiraito Murungi. Speaking in Meru Town when he met political party leaders in Meru County chapter, the party National Secretary General Mugambi Manyara said he would go to court to sue the former Meru Governor for holding 2 offices and gazetting himself as Mbas party leader. He accused former Meru Governor Kiraito Murungi of installing himself as the party's national chairman without due process.
I have said the law is very clear. If you look at Article 77 of the Constitution of Kenya, it says no public officer can hold a party position or can be an official of a political party.
Hatuwezi kuitikia kama umetoka kwa siasa. Umesema umeannounce mimi sitaki siasa. Lakini sasa halafu kusema niko siasa tena na mimi party leader wa chama. Namna gani wewe bwana? Kama umetoka siasa, toka kabisa uende. Uwezi kusema nimetoka siasa lakini mimi mkubwa wa chama. Na chama tunajua ni chama ya kisiasa.
Away from the party politics there, the government is now in collaboration with learning institutions and other stakeholders have called upon the youth to embrace the creative arts, saying they can create self-employment opportunities. During a launch of Cape Media Talent Academy at Mount Kenya University in Thika, Kenya Films Classification Board Chief Manager Nelly Muluka lauded the program and called upon other universities to put up talent centers. The university's Vice Chancellor, Professor Degracias Jaganyi, urged parents to help their children in discovering and nurturing their talents outside academic fields.
Really aligned very well to the government's or the bottom-up 5th pillar, that is the digital superhighway and the creative economy and the Talanta Hela initiative of the ministry.
It's time for the parents to recognize that they need to embrace the talent of their children from their childhood and to be able to, encourage their children to grow that particular talent. And when they come to university, we take over.
Waangalia katika mitandao, tumepeana details ambazo zitawapatia nafasi ya kuonyesha talanta zao, alafu kuanzia hapo ndio tutaendelea.
And as a journalist student and an upcoming journalist, I can say this is an opportunity to nurture our talents and to perfect our skills before we go to the field.
Mount Kenya University has entered into a partnership with Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital in a move aimed at enriching the training experience for medical students. The collaboration will facilitate access to the hospital's state-of-the-art facilities for clinical attachment. Already, 42 MKU medical students have commenced their clinical placements under that partnership.
Speaking during the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, Mount Kenya University Vice-Chancellor Professor Degracious Jagani underscored the significance of local collaborations in achieving mutual goals, highlighting ongoing joint efforts in cancer research and other medical disciplines between MKU and Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital.
We have been looking for collaborators both locally and internationally. And sometimes we make a lot of mistakes. We travel all the way to Europe to look for collaborators. But you forget that the best and the most productive collaboration is just next door.
There has arisen a need to improve key areas of cooperation to ensure a more beneficial engagement and utility of existing capacities between our institutions. Within the proposed collaboration, I'm glad to note that some of the key areas earmarked for strengthening include training, capacity building, and internships for healthcare workers and students in both institutions.
The program, which is renewable after every 3 years, takes effect immediately. Paulina Simu for Lunchtime News.
Some sporting action now, and the Kenya women's rugby team advanced to the semi-finals of the World Rugby Sevens Olympics repechage tournament after completing a double over Argentina, whom they beat 15-12 in the quarterfinals this morning in Monaco. The Lioness marched on their quest for Olympics qualification thanks to tries from Grace Okulu, Janet Okello and Stella Wafula, who were also inspirational in the group stages where Kenya beat Argentina 19-17 in their final Group D match in another thriller at the Stade Louis XI in Monaco. After seeing off Samoa 31-5, Kenya is scheduled to meet Czechia in the Cup semi-finals in the afternoon after they beat Uganda 22-0. In another quarter-final matches, China beat Paraguay 31-0, while Poland ran over Hong Kong 36-0. Venezuela came from behind to beat 10-man Ecuador 2-1 in their opening Group B match in the Copa America at Levi's Stadium, as Mexico overcame Jamaica by a solitary goal thanks to Gerardo Arteaga in the 69th minute in Houston. Portugal beat Turkey 3-0 to advance to the last 16 in the European Championship from Group F, as Belgium registered their first win in the 2024 Euro when they beat Romania 2-0 in Group E in Cologne. The 2016 champions went ahead in the 21st minute. All right, that story effectively puts a cap on what we had lined up for you this Sunday afternoon. We definitely appreciate your valid company. This has been KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen Arange. Lensa Odingo has been our sign language interpreter. Good afternoon.
This World Blood Donor Day, join us in celebrating 20 years of giving. Thanks to blood donors, I'm here today. Your donations gave me a second chance.
Vile alikuwa naenda akikua, nikaanza kuona hii mtoto yangu si kama watoto wale wengine, kwa sababu akianza kwenda badala aanguke akae chini, anaanguka mbele.
Join us in making a difference. Happy World Blood Donor Day 2024. This message is brought to you by the Kenya Blood Transfusion and Transplant Service.
Watch the Mozartbet Cup as teams from both the top tier and low tier battle for the ultimate prize of representing the country in Africa's CAF Confederations Cup. Catch all the action live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, beginning with a round of 16 matches, the quarter-final, semi-final, and the final. Mozartbet Cup, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.